All right, let's talk about something I think we've all felt at some point. It's this idea of hustle culture, the promise that if you just work harder and longer, you'll succeed. But what if it's actually a trap? Today, we're going to walk through the story of someone who got caught in that trap and then found a way out.
I mean, really think about it. You're putting in the hours, you're constantly busy, but at the end of the week, you look back and what really moved forward? It's that classic hamster wheel feeling, just spinning and spinning, getting more and more tired, but not actually going anywhere. It's incredibly frustrating.
And their story is what we're going to unpack today. We're going to follow their journey step by step through all the big aha moments that help them break free from that hustle and grind mentality. It's all about finding a smarter way to move forward.
So, let's start at the beginning. We'll call this first stage the burnout trap. This is that place where you're working super hard, but maybe not so smart.
The old way of thinking was just run. Full speed, all the time, pure effort. But here's the realization that changes everything. If you don't have a clear destination, all that frantic energy doesn't actually get you anywhere. You're just running in place, getting exhausted, and ending up right where you started.
And this right here really gets to the core of the problem. We're sort of taught to wear exhaustion like a badge of honor, aren't we? It's like, wow, I'm so tired. I must have accomplished so much. But what our protagonists realized is that just being tired doesn't mean you've actually achieved anything important. It might just mean you've burned yourself out for no good reason.
Okay, so this brings us to the first major turning point in the story. It's a complete mindset shift, a total redefinition of what work and value even mean.
So, the whole scorecard for success gets thrown out the window. The old belief was that feeling wiped out at the end of the day proved you were diligent. The new mindset, it shifts the focus completely away from the struggle and onto the outcome. The only thing that really matters is the value you create, the results you deliver.
I love this. It's such a powerful idea. The realization that your true value isn't something you can measure on a timesheet. It's not about being a cog in the machine for 8, 10, or 12 hours. It's about those uniquely human things. Thinking critically, connecting ideas, and solving tricky problems. That's the stuff no one else can replicate. And of course, this changes what you're aiming for. The motivation shifts. It's no longer about getting that pat on the back for being a hard worker. Instead, the goal becomes earning respect for the quality of your output. You stop caring about looking busy and start caring about producing work that truly stands out.
At the end of the day, a reputation for just being busy is pretty hollow. Real, meaningful progress in your career, the kind that actually moves you forward, is built on a foundation of results that create genuine value. It's all about what you deliver, not how long you were sitting at your desk.
Okay, so once the mindset changes, that's great, but it's not enough. The next step is to change your actions. This new way of thinking has to be translated into a real, practical strategy for working smarter.
The old habit was basically just constant firefighting, right? You're just reacting to every single email, every little problem, as if they all have the same level of urgency. The new strategy is about taking back control. It means pausing, looking at the big picture, and consciously deciding, okay, what's actually important here? And this creates a totally new rhythm for your day. First, and this is a big one, you let go of that constant guilt that you're not doing enough. Then, you start being strategic, choosing the right moments to act for maximum impact. And finally, you reframe rest. It's not laziness, it's smart energy management. It's taking pride in using your best resource, your own energy, wisely. And working smarter also means you stop trying to be the hero who does it all alone. That whole mentality of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders is a fast track to burnout. The real power, the real engine of progress, comes from a great team moving in sync. You always get further and faster together. All right, this next shift is really interesting because it's about looking up from your work. It's about moving beyond your desk and into the wider world of people and ideas.
We all know that classic image of the hustle culture hero, right? The lone wolf, headphones on, working late into the night. But the big breakthrough here was realizing that isolation is actually a dead end. Real growth doesn't happen when you're just staring at a screen. It happens when you get out there and actually connect with people. And that's the core insight. Your next brilliant idea, your next big career move, your next solution to a tough problem, it's probably not going to come from another email. It's going to come from a conversation you had, from a person you met.
Your network is this incredible resource that you just can't build by yourself in a quiet room.
And finally, looking beyond the desk means feeding your own brain. Think about it. A person who only does their job day in and day out eventually just hits a wall. But the professional who makes time to learn, to read books, listen to podcasts, explore new ideas, they're constantly bringing new value to their work and opening up new doors for their future.
So, after this whole journey, from burnout to strategy to connection, where do we end up? Well, we land on a completely new way of thinking about success.
It all boils down to this concept: progress with value. And this isn't just about climbing the corporate ladder. It's a much bigger idea. It's about being effective, yes, but also about protecting your well-being and making sure your work fits into a life that's actually fulfilling. So let's just quickly recap this whole transformation. It's a move from directionless effort to having a clear purpose. It's shifting from valuing exhaustion to valuing actual results. It's the huge leap from just working harder to working smarter, from trying to do it all alone to embracing teamwork, and from being chained to your desk to being connected to a whole world of opportunities.
And that really brings it all back to you. This isn't just someone else's story, it's a playbook of choices that every single one of us can make. So after hearing all this, the question isn't just about what progress looks like. The real question is, which path to progress are you going to choose?